All right, my guys, 2 days have passed. You can tell your boy what you do for Valentine's Day, huh? Got a little freaky dinky, huh? You did the little thing? I have a friend, okay? I don't even know why he's mad. He's always talking about he's getting some. He just so happens to be in jail. It's Valentine's Day, my guy. Celebrate. What's going on with y'all, big dog? And it is Tier List Thursday. Her say, man, her girl, it's Tier List Thursday. It's Tier List Thursday. You ready for the tier list? And today I'm going to be catching you on to the most hip board breaker Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You're going to need this for this format. Board breaker Yu-Gi-Oh cards are essential for being able to stop some of the best decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking it down into 5 different categories. We got the best board breakers, of course, the best of the best, the cream de la crop. We got really, really good. Saber, you know about really, really good. Hey, mama, you know about, hey, don't do that kissing. I know it's Valentine's Day, but sheesh. Situational board breaker cards are really good in certain situations and may not shine in others. A lot of effort is, I mean, come on, you're really trying hard to make these board breakers work. And then everybody's favorite, oh no, what are you doing, baby? But for this tier list, we gonna call it giving out the W's, because if you're playing these board breakers, well, I hate to tell you, but the reason why you've been losing, so you're probably wondering what exactly is the criteria that I'm going to be using. Well, we're gonna have to establish what are some of the most played and best decks in the competitive scene. 1, Kashtira, baby. We should literally just call this Money Pit deck. 2, I would easily say the branded strategy. Oh my God, I mean, it's so much better. And 3, my guys, Sprite. Let's go ahead and start off with Alpha Master of the Beast, a monster that comes out as 3000 attack and then has the ability to be able to bounce your opponent's cards. I think that this card is really good against Kashtira, seeing that it doesn't activate the summon and then removes itself from the field, so monsters like Kashtira Finra can't activate its effect. It's stronger than all of the Sprite monsters, and Despia has a hard time checking it. I think it is an extremely good monster, especially if you are playing a deck that uses Beast, Beast Warrior, and Winged Beast to be able to bounce multiple cards to your opponent's hand. Book of Lunar Eclipse literally only has a bad Sprite matchup, as they can use Totally Awesome to snatch your Book of Eclipse and place it face down to their side of the field, and it is a card that is checked by Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. But still, if we're going over those 3 decks being the 3 that you have to deal with, this is still, it's an exceptional board breaker. My guy, we are flipping those monsters face down. They ain't gonna go back face up. We ain't gonna let you draw. That's not what we do here. This card is just extremely good at being able to counter boards, and also shout out to cards like Book of Moon and Book of Lunar Eclipse. Those cards could be put in the best board breakers category, as they do out the particular card that you're dealing with, depending on the deck that you're playing. Change your heart, my guys. Also Mind Control, Mr. Smash Yo Bitch. I can't wait to take your girl. I just can't wait. I can't wait. It's amazing. Fun fact for Kashtira players: if they use the effect of Kashtira Shangri-La, whatever that card's name is, Death Star IRS, my guys, and you use Change of Heart on that monster, you can overlay the Shang-Ira for a summon of your own Kashtira Arise Heart. So yes, this card is the ultimate out for a lot of decks in the game. Again, still watch out for Totally Awesome taking it. Cosmic Cyclone, I mean, it's decent against the branded matchup. You can get rid of their cards, but back row removal can never be considered terrible, but there's just better cards to be using right now, as monsters are what you need to be worried about. Cyber Dragon, the ultimate board breaker. My guys, they never see it coming. They slam a monster in the action box zone. You summon the Cyber Dragon. I know you guys are hyped for that. I know you were hyped for that. Don't lie. That was bad coping for both of us. Dark Hole, negated by Totally Awesome and gives them a Dark Hole. Triggers the effect of Mirror Jade and puts Rhinebrum in the graveyard to use its other effect. Doesn't get rid of Kashtira Shang-Ira, which means that your zones are still locked. Yeah. If you're playing a deck that likes your cards destroyed, Dark Hole could be good in simplified game states, but breaking your opponent's board? Shakiness, man, I ain't had no time for that. Dark Ruler No More is incredibly good against Sprite, okay against Branded, and not too great against Kashtira. That's pretty situational for me. Keep in mind, guys, negating Kashtira Death Star IRS does not prevent it from locking out your zones. Your zones will still be locked. Dino Wrestler Pink Boy, or as we like to say, Broke Boy Finwer, he not so much in a great spot right now. Look, I'll give you this. He punches over Totally Awesome. That's where his utility stops. Evenly matched, my guys. This card, it's really good. I cannot give this card a best board breaker. Here's why. 1, Kashtira players have gotten really smart. They're summoning Nightmare Corruptor Ibly and giving it to you so you can't evenly match him. 2, even if you do get rid of the Ibly, the monster that they make is Link Grebo. It stops evenly matched. 3, Totally Awesome snatched a card. 4, Branded, they play around it fairly easy. Evenly matched is not a bad Yu-Gi-Oh card. It is a great Yu-Gi-Oh card. There's a lot going on right now. It could be situational. If we put it in situational, I don't think anybody will bat an eye. Forbidden Chalice, absolutely love that this card can be activated in all stages of the game. I would say that it's a lot of effort right now. Being able to negate an opponent's monster effect could be good, but it ain't breaking no boards here, my guy. Forbidden Droplet is almost laughable, as you need to be able to send cards to the graveyard. Send cards to the graveyard! In 2023, I don't even know what a graveyard is. It's either banish face up or banish face down at this point in time now, right? I don't think I could ever genuinely give Back Row Disruption a failing grade. I just can't give it a great grade. Excellent board breaker when you go against some of those rogue decks that set 5 pass. Terrible against the 3 decks that I mentioned. Herald of the Abyss is new to the board breakers tier list, and basically what it says is that you pay 1,500 life points, declare one type and attribute, and your opponent must send a card from their field to the graveyard with the same type and attribute. Herald of the Abyss is a normal spell card that is searchable through triple tactics tasking. Look, my guys, if I wanted to say thrust, I'd just give it to you. Never gets old. Never gets old. I do the same thing to your mom. The crazy thing about this card is that Kashtira Death Star IRS is a Psychic Fire, and they don't summon any other Psychic Fires. Mirror Jade's a Worm Dark, Rhinebrum is a Winged Beast Dark. Yo, this card is actually really good. I typically don't like this card against a Sprite matchup, but there's 2 things I forgot to tell you. 1 is that it forces your opponent to send the card to the graveyard, so you didn't do it, your opponent did. Kind of like how evenly matched works. And 2, if it does send the opponent's monster to the graveyard, your opponent can't activate monsters with that name for the rest of the turn. Oh my god, card's good. Players getting ridiculously specific on the cards they summon for our favor. Kaijus, they're good. At one point in time, I thought that Kaijus weren't enough. Now I'm starting to see Kaijus, and they are enough. Totally Awesome and Mirror Jade checks. Oh my god, let's go. And one thing that I have been noticing about Kashtira players is that a lot of times they'll just summon Rise Heart Pass. There's a kaiju for that board. Kashtira Finrer is Rich Boy Pankratops. This guy has the attack stats to be able to get over Totally Awesome. It can banish Mirror Jade face down, and if your opponent triggers a card effect not to get rid of Finrer, it can banish one of their important cards face down. Also, this boy fetch another one. How can you be mad about a boy that get himself back? He is his brother's keeper. Gotta give it to him. I will eat an L on this. I hyped Cuticera the Divine Carnet really high. Couple of reasons why. The first is that it will always be able to take care of the Kashtira full board. What I did not expect is that Sprite and Despia to be so good. I think it's situational. Not necessarily a bad card. Cute card. I mean, if we going off of looks, she a solid 8 out of 10. She up there. Lava Golem, my guy. I mean, it's no way around it. Tributing your opponent's monsters, really, really good. The thing that I have to say, you have to watch out for these kaiju monsters is that if they're playing Nightmare Corruptor Ibly, you're in a tough spot. Lightning Storm, unfortunately, is going to take a lot of effort. A lot of the monsters that your opponent will summon have huge booties, so they could just summon them in defense, avoiding this card. And then, the spell and trap thing, it ain't solving your problem right now. Murmur of the Forest is another new board breaker. It allows you to flip an opponent's monster face down and bounce a field spell. This could be really useful as it is a counter to a lot of your opponent's monsters and can get rid of their field spell card or allow you to reuse yours. situational. This card is trash against Sprite. Let's just forget about that. It is just a slow Book of Moon against Albaz in Kashtira. It's still a really cool card that if you are abusing a field spell card, it might be solid. Nibiru the Primal Being. Oh my God, I kind of want to put it in Best Board Breaker. I understand that Nibiru is a hand trap, and if you guys want to see a hand trap tier list, let me know down below in the comment section. But Nibiru is really, really good right now. Every single one of those decks summon out the wazoo, and aside from Sprite, they have no natural counters to the rock. Psychic Eraser or Laser allows you to send a special summon monster from the extra deck your opponent controls to the graveyard, and then your opponent gains the attack or defense, whichever is higher. I actually think that this card is sound until your judge says, Yu-Gi-Oh players, you're in die! And you sent the Kashtira Death Star IRS to the graveyard and you gave them 3,000 life points. That didn't happen to me. I thought there was more time! Raigeki is not that great unless you're going against me, and you could just Raigeki my board. I hate you, Justin. Super Polymerization is probably only good against the Despia strategy out of the top 3, and overall just requires more effort than it's worth. Triple Tactics Talent, there's no debate here, my guys. This card is a lot more searchable, can allow you to play through hand traps, snatch an opponent's bish. Look at their hand. Look, man, I've never been a peeping Tom, but when it comes to your hand, I want to know what you playing. Twin Twisters, I mean, it's not, yeah, all right. Not necessarily a terrible card, but I don't see why you're playing it. Ultimate Slayer, 100% situational. If you do not need your extra deck, it can be a really powerful tool to out all of those boards. If you do need your extra deck, well, I mean, I don't think there's a deck that can facilitate this card just yet. Goth Mommy, my guys, I'm gonna put it in a lot of effort. There typically isn't a single threat that you have to deal with. It's multiple threats, but still a really solid extra deck card. Weight Bridge after a lot of testing. Unfortunately, I thought that this card was going to be a lot more powerful than what it was. It's just a little bit too slow and your opponent will set up interruptions or won't have enough cards for you to get full value from it. And lastly is everybody's favorite card.
Great Beast of the Sky, please hear my cry.
Greedy players, oh my God, yes. Even if they do give you the Ibli, this is a normal summon, my friend. Non-greedy players, I mean, they ain't get greedy, so just rely on the rest of your cards. And that is all that I have for the Board Breakers tier list. Let me know down below in the comment section, did I rate a board breaker? Do I? Was I too low on a board breaker? Was there any cards that I missed? Or is there a particular tier list you want to see? As always, I hope you are having an amazing day, and I'll catch you on the next video.